Like every good software engineer, I do have a few side hustles, and as the dust settles on 2023, I thought I'd look back over the past 12 months and tell you exactly how much each of these made. Over the past year, I've definitely had ups and downs, but it's actually been the first time in about 8 years of trying to make something work that I actually feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'm going to go through all of the projects from least revenue to most revenue. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Happy New Year to you. For those that don't know, I'm Chris Pattle. I've been a software engineer for almost 15 years now, and before I begin, sadly I did shut down one of my projects last year, which was Textreel.com. It's a service for converting audio files into video. It just never really took off. I was running it for about 2 years, and plus AI tools are getting quite good at this sort of task now, so the service is kind of obsolete now. But however, before I did take it down, I did get an email from someone who was interested in buying it. So I answered back saying basically I wouldn't take anything less than $2,000, which would include everything, the source code, transferring Textreel.com to them, and all the social media stuff, which at the time I thought that was a fantastic price. It was much lower than I probably should have gone, really. They then came back to me saying they just wanted a copy of the code that actually generates all the videos, and they'd be prepared to pay $1,000 for that, which I was kind of open to. I thought it was a pretty low offer, so I shot an email back saying $1,300 question mark. I walk away happy, and you've got yourself the deal of a lifetime, which it would have been if they'd have said yes at that point. He then said, okay, $1,300 for everything. And I answered back with, I thought you just wanted a copy of the script. Anyway, it was at this point that my spidey sense kind of started to tingle.
Spider pig, spider pig.
I just had a bad feeling about this person, I guess, because if you're going to quibble over a few hundred, it's probably not the sort of person I want to be doing business with when the price was already pretty low, I thought. And
I don't do business that way.
If they know the sort of work this site takes, they would have understood that was a fantastic price. So I kind of just backed out of it at that point. I just knew they were the sort of person that as soon as I handed over a copy of the code, they'd just come back to me with loads of things they weren't happy with, or just loads of things they couldn't work out how it worked. So I thought, you know what, I just don't really need this right now. I don't need this extra hassle.
I just can't deal with this right now.
It was quite funny because later that night he sent me an email. We've been emailing back and forth throughout the whole day. And he just said, are you there? I want to go home. And I was like, I'm not stopping you from going home. So yeah, it was just a strange thing. I don't know why he said that. But moving on to PropPrices.com. Now, PropPrices is a website I launched at the start of 2020, just before all of the COVID stuff hit. And it's a website for tracking property prices over time and spotting trends in that data. Like, for example, you can pick a town or a city and it tells you what portion of house sales that year were like terraced houses, how many were like flats. Breaks it down by property type, by freehold, if it's a new build or an old build. Basically everything you want to know, it tells you. It even tells you in a specific town, like it highlights on a map where the most expensive houses are and where the cheapest ones are. So if you're looking to move somewhere, you kind of know where you should be looking based on what budget you have. So I think it's a fantastic tool, but it's also a really, really complex site, because if you consider the fact that the database has 30 million house sales in it, I've had to do a lot of data pre-processing and a lot of caching just to get this site to the point where it kind of runs at a reasonable speed. It's still pretty slow, but it's not too bad. Anyway, this site makes money from Google AdSense. So I have banner ads turned on, and banner ads are the ones that are sticky in the header and the footer. I specifically only turn these ads on because they're what I consider to be the least sort of like intrusive. But they're also the ones that make you the least money, because obviously, you know, they're quite like obscure. So having said all that, the total revenue for the past year on this site was £1.06. So yeah, it's pretty tragic, really. I promise you it does get better than this. My other sites do make more money. But yeah, basically Google hates me. I get zero traffic from Google search. It's because over the course of running this site, I have committed so many SEO sins to the point where Google just doesn't trust me. And as this graph shows you, these are the search impressions over the last 16 months, and that's not a pretty picture. It's basically a constant downward trend. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about this site now. I think it's costing me money, but I think I'm going to keep it running because if nothing else, it just serves as a good kind of project to have in my portfolio, really. And in theory, if I was able to get it to the point where I had some decent traffic, it should make good ad revenue, because obviously houses are a big purchase, so the sort of people browsing my site are going to be more what Google thinks of as high-end customers, so they can target higher paying ads at those customers, at those users. So yeah, I'm going to just keep it running, and we'll catch up on it this time next year. Also, by the way, I've got quite a few projects to go through, so this is going to be a little bit of a whistle-stop tour. But if you do ever want more detail about any of these sites, like how I built it, information on more metrics, I'm more than happy to do a more detailed video on them separately. Just let me know in the comments section if you'd like to see that. Right, on to mapboundaries.com. Now, Map Boundaries is a data set of UK county, district and town boundaries in GeoJSON format. If you've ever worked with mapping libraries such as Mapbox or Google Maps, then you'll have worked with GeoJSON in the past. Is what you use if you want to. You can use it as a data source to add layers onto the map, add lines onto the map. So it's basically just a series of kind of longitude and latitude points. And I actually made this data set because I needed it for PropPrices. I wanted to be able to kind of highlight town boundaries on a map. So when I'm showing individual house sales, you can kind of see that they fall inside of that town's boundaries. So I thought, why not put it behind a one-off license fee of £49.99 and see if anyone buys it. And one person did buy it last year for £49.99. If you take away the Stripe fees, that came down to £48.59. And someone also bought it back in 2022. So I guess that's consistency for you. It's obviously not much, but yeah. This site is actually starting to grow, sort of slowly but surely. I'm seeing more and more traffic on this site. It's starting to rank higher in Google searches. So I'm hoping if I leave it for just like one more year, that might pick up even more, and hopefully I'll get at least more than one sale this year. Also, I'm going to add postcode boundaries onto this site, so that's kind of something extra that you'll get if you pay for it. Yeah, I might put the price up because I guess that's quite a sought after thing, postcode boundaries. There's a lot of use cases for that. Yeah, if you haven't guessed it, I'm trying to build stuff that basically makes money even if I'm not working on it. So Map Boundaries is all set up now. I've done all the work. I can just leave it, and hopefully I can just make sales while I'm sleeping. Basically, you know, that's my dream anyway, as I'm sure it is for most people. Okay, finally on to brickranker.com. So this is a Lego website. I've always been into Lego. I had it in my childhood. I'm now massively into it as an adult, as you can probably see by the Lego sets that are on that shelf behind me. And yeah, BrickRanker is basically my kind of overall goal for this site is to be a one-stop shop for everything a Lego fan could need. So you've got news. There's also a database of sets and minifigures, and you can track how much those sets and minifigures are worth over time. It basically gives you any information you could possibly need. You can also log in and add your own sets and minifigures, and you get an email each month saying if the total value of your Lego has gone up or down. So yeah, it's just I think it's a really useful tool. Really, it's got price trackers on it too, so it helps you get the best deals possible if you're buying Lego. I started this site in 2021, about March 2021, and it's been slowly but surely picking up speed to the point where now it gets around somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 people on the site every day. So there's multiple ways that that I've monetized BrickRanker. So I have Google ads on it, first of all. Once again, like PropPrices, it's just banner ads. And I'm also a member of the Lego US and UK affiliate schemes. I'm also part of the Amazon ones too for US and UK. So yeah, there's multiple ways that this site makes money. So right into the figures, which is what you're here for. So from the Lego US affiliate scheme, £693.54. And from the Lego UK scheme, I made £797.15. As you can see from the graphs that are on screen, I made most of that money towards the end of last year. I think the highest day was Black Friday, where I made about £125 in one day, which was really nice. I like to have that every day. From Amazon US, I made £325.77. Amazon UK was £58.77. And AdSense was £743.76. So all of that means a grand total of £2,618.99. So it's not life-changing money, but it's a good solid pocket money. That's how I like to think of it. And my aim next year is to try and grow that. I'd like to make about 3 times that. That's my target. Maybe 4 times, so around the 10k mark would be really nice. And I think I can get there because these things do pick up speed over time. You know, if you just keep working on stuff and just keep making small, like incremental changes that make the site better, then you know who knows how far it can go. Plus, Lego is it's a niche thing, but Lego's getting bigger and bigger every year. So I think I'm in a good niche really. So yeah, there you have it. I think I'm really excited about what this year holds. I think I definitely need to spend more time on marketing all of my projects. I'm pretty good at the building phase. I just I really suck at the marketing, which is hence why I'm making this YouTube channel, because I want to reach more people, tell them my story, tell them what I'm building. So please do like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.